What's up guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of random website homepages and reviewing them out of 10. Critiquing them on things like copy, design, and frankly, overall vibe. We'll see what's working, what isn't working, and what I might do differently as a product marketer in their shoes. All right, let's jump right into it. The first one up is Shuttle, the world's simplest dam. Okay, I've been to this page before. When you feel compelled to say like you're the world's simplest, the world's best, the fastest, the cheapest, just don't do it. Don't ever do it. An Evangelion style sound should go off in your head warning you not to do it. I've done it in the past, still ashamed that I've done it. But there's an old Ogilvy saying, which is you convince nobody when you say you're the best. And that's kind of the sin that they're doing here. Okay, the first thing I would do, honestly, if I was Shuttle, I'd probably have a section that says something like why we're not Dropbox. I know that's very on the nose, but it just feels like very much like, okay, this is like a Google Drive. I can put in files, I can put in videos, pictures, but I just don't know why I just wouldn't use Dropbox. So they're talking about complexity, ease of organizing things. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too simple overall, and then a little bit dense where it doesn't need to be. This just feels like large blocks of copy. I just don't want to read it. And I appreciate their attempt to strip things back, but it just doesn't feel compelling to me. I'm not sure why I just shouldn't use Dropbox. Oof, Shuttle, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. A little bit harsh. I love you, Shuttle, but yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a 2 out of 10. Okay, we have Withings. Scan Watch Nova Brilliant. Withings are watches and scales are designed to help improve your life. Okay, I like this little effect here of this text coming in here, but it is duplicative of this copy and the CTA. So it feels very weird. You have like this overlap moment where you're saying the same thing. It's a little bit strange, cool little heart animation, I guess. Okay, they're having some problems with the bleed. So they're not executing it perfectly right here. They're having some issues, but looks like it's blocking over all the text and then disappears. So yeah, I would try to fix that. Powerful, beautiful experience, health scans. Okay, now I'm seeing kind of off-putting 3D feet with the scale. So it looks like, yeah, that was not what I was expecting. I was expecting a watch. And then I'm also seeing that there's a bunch of different types of scales, I guess. So I would make that a little bit clearer. Right now, I'm just getting hit with a bunch of stuff and it's really a bit overwhelming. And then we go back to the watches. So we're bouncing between these two different products. Okay, now there's another product. There is like a blood pressure monitor. And okay, some stats here. I mean, stats are great, but they're not... I mean, this is compelling. 2 million signs of atrial fibrillation, users detecting high blood pressure, but then it says 85 million nights have been recorded. I mean, that doesn't do anything for me. Okay, so now we're touching on a bunch of different things. They might have a sleep product. I'm assuming they do. That's news to me. Then we've got the scale, we've got the heart. So they're trying to be this full 360 solution, but they're kind of doling out the information in a very strange, not seamless way. Yeah, okay, what do we feel about Withings? I don't think the design is that great. I think they've got obviously some technical issues with the page. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. I know it's a little bit harsh, but I'm just not loving this. Okay, let's move on to Meiro. Maybe it's Meiro. Okay, create interactive content in minutes without limits. So another thing that's kind of a sin is the without limits. I know tons of companies do it, even big ones, but it's another kind of bromide thing, which doesn't really mean anything. It's just like saying like we're the simplest. So I'd stay away from that kind of stuff. I know they're trying to do the little icon in between text here thing, but it's not working so well. It looks kind of choppy and not that cool. I feel like this hero kind of goes away too quickly on the scroll. It's very sensitive. So I might make that a little bit less severe. Got a video. I'm sure it's a great demo video. We're not going to go over it today. Quote kind of feels a little bit weirdly designed, and full version. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. The CTA there is a little bit weird, full version. It kind of makes me think like I'm going to go to the full version of the product. So that's a little bit strange design component here for this. AI first builder, start with your prompt or use existing content. Okay, cool. But this image is kind of staying put. And then, yeah. So execution isn't too great here for this effect that they're going for. It's actually kind of the wrong approach for it. It should also change, the image should change as well, not just last minute when the text comes in. Okay, bring your quiz to life with AI images. Tailor the content to suit your requirements. Meiro is completely unlimited, not just a little bit. It is completely. So, a little bit weird copy, one platform and less potential. Yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of this. It's a bit kind of hitting me over the head with like, anything is possible, do anything for anyone. It's a bit too dramatic for my liking. The bento cards here feel very overwhelming, actually. There's just a lot of different stuff in here. It's not clearly communicated. I kind of have to read between the lines here for these bento cards. So I'm not a huge fan of that. A lot of things jam-packed in there. Yeah, magic works for everyone. Just bring us your cases. Yeah, so another kind of sin here. I'm sure they're trying to find product market fit, but they're just saying this thing can do everything for everyone. And yeah, everybody use it. So I'm just not really feeling who this is for. And yeah, I'm not in love with the execution overall. I'm gonna give Meiro a 1 out of 10. Judging from how harsh I've been on everybody else, I think that's kind of fair. I'm just not loving this landing page. Okay, FAL. What is FAL? Generative media platform for developers. Build the next generation of creativity with FAL, lightning fast inference. Okay, so this looks like some sort of developer tool. Not sure what these little details are, feels very random, but maybe as we go on it'll make more sense to me. Also not loving the alignment for this hero. It feels like it's not centered, it's not quite right aligned, and that supporting copy is very hard to read. Is this an intentional typography choice? It feels like maybe the typeface that was supposed to be here is broken, or maybe that's actually what they wanted. I don't know, it just feels weird, because then we've got this typeface up here. It's not this serif. Okay, anyways, access the highest quality models, generative media. Yeah, they've got to work on their type scale here. This is very hard to read, and it feels very like things are broken. Like, I don't know if they're trying to achieve like a specific look here, but I don't think if they are, I'm not loving it. Okay, so all different types of models. Oh, Flux. Okay, yeah. These are the guys and girls behind Flux. A lot of empty space. They really just don't stick to a rule when it comes to how much text there should be. Like, this one is jam-packed paragraph. This one is one sentence. A lot of the copy just doesn't really mean anything, where developer experience meets the fastest AI. I mean, okay. Again, we're kind of saying we're the best. Fast, reliable, and cost efficient. FAL adapts to your usage, ensuring you only pay for the computing power you consume. It's cost-effective scalability at its best. So I choose a budget, and then before I know it, I'm already in custom territory, when really I should go through some more breakpoints, you would think. Anyways, small detail. I think this thing is, yeah, not that great. It's not really changing any parameters besides what my budget is. So I'd expect me to get some more information out of this, but it's really just me using a slider to determine my budget. Feels a bit dense. It's just, this is the importance of good design, because you can make information easier to consume. This doesn't feel that easy to consume. And then we've just got some phoned in footer. These things at the top, they never amounted to anything, which is a little disappointing. But again, it's just kind of indicative of what's going on throughout the page. There's not really a rhyme or reason. They just had to put something together that they thought was good, and that's fine. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I'm gonna give FAL a 1 out of 10. Not really a lot for me to think on there. Okay, Dub. I've come across Dub before. It's kind of like a Bitly thing, but it looks like it's open source, so that's cool. Short links with superpowers. Dub is the open source link management platform for modern marketing teams. Certainly feels modern. You see this kind of already, I can tell. Yeah. This kind of approach, I don't know if there's a term for it, maybe there is, but it's like the same kind of color scheme, and you've got some grids. I like that they have the total number of clicks here. That's a nice little interactive thing. They've got, new product announcement up here. I think that can be nice. It can mess with your conversion, but I think that can be nice to use in kind of a seasonal way. I applaud them for doing kind of like a bento, but not bento with the grid line, the recurring theme here. Success at a glance. Dashboard's always good. I like the interactivity. It's always nice. All the different things you can do, customer insights, aggregate data. Kind of feels like we could have a clear information architecture for this because we've got different approaches here. We've got kind of like this headline and supporting copy, and then we go into these, and then we've got an eyebrow, and then we've got this copy, and then we've got CTA. So it's just not kind of like the same consistent pattern that you would want to expect a little bit. Of course, you don't want the whole page to be that, but it would be nice just if there was kind of like a rhythm to the page. Built to scale. Ooh, nice. Always, I'm a sucker for an interactive globe that you can spin around. Looks a little bit empty, and that's the trick with globes, is that things usually concentrate in certain areas and it doesn't have that worldwide appeal that you'd want it to. But nonetheless, I think it's cool. Customers, links created, clicks tracked. For some reason, customers, that's cool. Again, I think this is just not displayed in the most interesting way. Links created, that's cool. Clicks tracked. For some reason, these aren't moving me, and I don't know why. Maybe I just don't know enough about the clicking game, but it just feels like clicks. I imagine like there to be trillions of clicks. So maybe when I see like this small number and I see the phrase clicks tracked, it's like, oh, okay, that's all. But I mean, it's obviously a lot. Trusted by startups to enterprises, cool quotes from the cool kids, Perplexity, Vercel, Huberman Lab, Framer. So I think this is good having these quotes. They're not super long. They've got cross links to certain things so you can learn more about what exactly these customers are liking. I think that's neat. Scrolling down, more companies using Dove to power their short links. I think they've got a type scale problem here. Again, like just the hierarchy doesn't feel quite right. This feels like I'm like whispering into a corner here with this. It's not clear to me that they are customers. And again, this text doesn't help. But yeah, nice to know they've got a bunch of different customers. I don't know why this is like in part of the changelog. I think like introducing real-time webhooks, yeah, for sure. But there's something about this that kind of all blends together. It'd be nice if it was like clear, like very clear blocks of like, oh, there's this unique thing and that unique thing. I think just having the same icon and having the same look, I mean, it all kind of just melds together. Proudly open source. Awesome. 19.8K stars. I might make this, I would change this treatment because like the first thing I thought was 3 stars out of 5. Cool contributors, very human. Supercharge your marketing efforts. That's another thing. Whenever you're tempted to say supercharge, just don't do it. Again, a warning sound, an alarm should go off in your head, because I'm sure this person was writing all the copy for this page and they've done some good things, and then they kind of got to the footer and they're like, what should I do for the footer? What should we say? And it's like your last brain cell's like, supercharge. It's got to be supercharged, right? Like that's a good thing if you could supercharge something. Again, this is something that I've done as well. So let he who is without blame throw the first stone. But don't use supercharge. Okay, so what are we thinking for Dub? I'm feeling a 4 out of 10. Moving on. Okay, Dovetail. Yes, the famous Dovetail. The fastest way to understand your customer. Turn calls, docs, and user feedback into insights like magic. Create a single source of truth for customer knowledge. Yeah, Dovetail free, book demo, great, love it. Oh, we got use cases right off the hop, great. And it's integrated very seamlessly, so that's awesome. Right there, like I barely have to move and I can see examples of the product and how they're solving these use cases. Chef's kiss. Projects, data in, insights out. AI does the work. This feels like it's supposed to be one sentence, but it's not supposed to be. So a little bit weird here. Like I'd almost expect to have a period there. Like grammatically, this just doesn't make sense. Turn customer conversations, docs, and user feedback to instant, empower your org. Great. Explore projects. I think this is nice, going through this feature, and you need these to autoplay. There's just no way around it. I mean, people just don't click. You expect them to click, they're not gonna click. So it's good that it's autoplay. Dovetail instantly reduced my workload from 100 hours down to 10. I might clean up this quote just a little bit grammatically, but I mean, that's great. It's also very believable, like going from 100 hours down to 10. I mean, you're still gonna have some work, of course, but like from 100 hours, okay, I'm interested. You have my attention. Ask Dovetail for instant insights. Just ask Dovetail. Cool. Super useful. Oh, and I do like this. I don't know why. Was this always here? Oh no, it did pop up. This little floating lower nav bar. It's a neat way to navigate, but actually it's not the most functional because it like, depending on where you go, it disappears. If you go to the bottom one or the top one and scroll a little bit, and it is easy to miss. So I would rethink this one. I love the idea, but again, maybe we need to top align this one and just do what works. But yeah, I think it's a nice thing to have. Like these little guys that are everywhere, they're not too like overbearing, but they do add a little something, little personality. Channels has helped us uncover important themes for improvement in customer feedback without going through tens of hours of manual analysis. I might change out this tens thing just to make it stand out. We're getting a little bit duplicative, so maybe like dozens of hours. I don't know, something else. Recruit, find the next person to talk to fast. Cool. Yeah, I mean, you've got all these different features and you're laying it out in a very logical way, starting with like the smallest atomic unit, like projects, like I want to understand these customers, to like, oh, I can also find these different customers. So far I'm not overwhelmed by any means. And we've got a little little bento card here. It's good amount of text, good imagery. Again, just the stuff is kind of washing over me. It's not requiring me to think too hard. Okay, very clean footer. Already, this is great. I can navigate through things. Product, very clear, clean. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, there's very, very minor things that I don't like, and there's a lot that I do like. So I think we're gonna give Dovetail 9 out of 10. I think I really like what they're doing here. So yeah, awesome. That's a relief. All right, that's all we have for this week's website review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments which website homepage was your favorite or least favorite. I always find that stuff super interesting. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.